What's going on, guys? It's Tony from Lone Wolf, and today we are talking Mythbusters Paintball Edition.
Because who's the best source to bust all them myths?
That would be us right here at lonewolfpaintball.com. Disclaimer, big disclaimer, we are not scientists. We're just a bunch of idiots who do videos for lonewolfpaintball.com.
You know why we're not scientists?
Because we're not smart enough.
No, the jackets didn't come in. We don't have the white coats.
Oh, we don't have the white coats. We need Dr. Potcher for that. Number one, we're doing Mythbusters Paintball Edition today. We've shot this video on our channel years ago. Tons and tons of views by you guys out there, so thank you. Frozen paintballs. We're kicking it off with frozen paintballs. I have some beautiful high-end tournament paint. This has been sitting in the freezer for about a day and a half now. And then I have fresh balls straight out of the bag. So frozen paint, does it matter? Does it hurt more? You hear those stories all the time. You talk to somebody, well, I played paintball. Well, I played paintball one time and I froze them and I hurt my buddy real bad. Like, it's such a myth. It is not even funny to me how many times you hear people talk about freezing their paintballs. So Fitz, we're gonna cut on into them. Right here on my right, I have paintballs straight out of the bag, and over here, paintballs in a nice ice tray that just came out of the freezer. Previous video we did on the channel, I will tell you this right now. When you guys freeze your paint, when you guys freeze it, all of that gelatin, all of the peg that's on the inside kind of sticks to one side of the ball or the other. So guess what? That ball is going to be lopsided, flying through the air, doing things that you definitely don't want it to do. And a lot of people like to freeze paintballs because they think it's funny. And we're going to see what's going on inside. So I got a razor blade. I got a nice infamous protective glove here. So this is going to be paint that straight out of the bag. So let's just take a look. What do we got? Did Cam give me a bad razor here? No. So, okay. So obviously we got paint that's straight out of the bag. And we're gonna just, you know what we're gonna do?
We're gonna goo it.
Yeah, we're gonna flip this over. We're gonna flip it over. Yeah. And we got obviously paint straight out of the bag, and then we're just gonna squeeze it. We're gonna squeeze it. Then we're gonna squeeze it. And it's still Tony from LoneWolfPaintball.com. So that is what a paintball that actually has paint that's non-frozen looks like. So
nice.
That's where we're at. Yeah,
You're
like
out.
That? Dude, I am so out. No,
You're
that's
out, dude.
Actually, is it
actually,
more than a quarter? Is it bigger than a quarter? If it's not, I am not out. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is actually kind of go into the ones that have been into the freezer, and we're gonna see, do these things actually freeze? I believe they will freeze below a very, very cold certain temperature. In any standard freezer, I highly doubt that you're gonna get that peg or the polyethylene glycol on the inside to actually freeze to a solid state of matter. So let's pick one of these bad boys.
Oh, they sound cold.
Oh, they're freezing. They're freezing. Literally freezing.
The glove is actually meant to save you from freezing your fingers.
No, it's accidentally to not cutting my hand because I'm bad with it. All right, so we're taking one that has been in the freezer now, and we're gonna see.
That like shattered.
It's like, so this, it's like a very, very, very slow goo. So this is a day and a half sitting in your standard household freezer. So it's, as you can see, it's not frozen, but it is nowhere near as runny. I'm trying to get that to go.
Can you cut another one? Cut another one.
Yeah, I can cut another one, for sure.
Cut another one.
All right, so let's pull this out of my nice little cube tray. Let's cut into this bad boy and see what we got. Come on. Okay, so that one, once again, also not, it's not gooey like the ones that, you know,
yeah, it's not going to splatter.
No, it's not, because you're trying to really, I want it to go. Finally, you get a drip out of this bad boy. Once again, day and a half in the freezer, so Mythbusters. I would say frozen paintballs hurting more, or actually being completely frozen is mostly a myth. I'm going to say mostly, because if you guys had paintballs for days and days or weeks on weeks sitting in negative 15 degrees, I would assume eventually it would become frozen. But once again, that paint is going to be stuck to either the left side or the right side of the ball. When you guys shoot it out of your marker, it's going to be doing all weird swirlies because it's obviously lopsided in weight. So this one's off the charts. We're talking frozen paintballs. If you want to see someone shot by frozen paintballs, go years back on our channel. We have a video already on that.
Yeah, I wonder who that guy was.
Yeah. He was a good man.
He was a good lad.
Yes, he was.
He was a good lad.
Yes, he was a good lad. So next up, Mythbusters edition. We're going to say number 2. let's go, do snipers exist? If you would have asked me this question years ago in paintball, I would have said, not a chance, it doesn't matter. Games changed from years and years ago, so now I've got my trusty Planet Eclipse EMF 100 with a 24-inch carbon fiber null barrel.
That's for more accuracy, right?
Correct. So,
Yeah.
so back before a certain round came to the market, this is what people would use, not this exact gun per se, but they would throw a super long barrel on whatever gun they used, and they say, I'm a sniper, I'll snipe you out, I'm this, I'm that. Back then, I'd just laugh because everyone had round ball, and just because you have a 24-inch barrel, that doesn't mean literally anything to the paintball world until these bad boys came out. So these bad boys, I will say, any gun that are First Strike compatible, I pulled this one out just to show you because this is the Planet Eclipse EMF 100. This one is First Strike compatible with the magazine, so you have that. First Strike comes out, expensive round, but changes the game of is there truly a paintball sniper? Now, I'm gonna bust this one. I don't think it's a myth any longer. If you guys have ever been shot by a First Strike round, these ones with the fins on the back and all that crazy stuff, they hurt. They're hard plastic on the back. They shoot 2 times further than your standard paintball, so imagine getting twice the distance, and they are 25 times more accurate. So nowadays, you've got these guys with thousands of dollars of setups, whether it be a First Strike gun or real action paintball gun, whatever brand First Strike gun you have. Man, these guys spend a lot of money to be that sniper at these big scenario games. So they'll be in the way back. You might be up front having your own battle, but these guys in the back are able to shoot twice as far as you. So does a paintball sniper exist? I'm going to say yes. I will say yes in this current day and age with these rounds being in play. Fitz, behind the camera, you haven't said much. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I've taken a lot of pictures of SAR 12 guys. I've been shot by guys with SAR 12s. Those big Karmatech like
yes,
bolt action.
Super
those
expensive.
Things are cool. I want to do it one time.
Yeah.
Just one time. One
but
time.
A lot of money, and I mean, they're super cool. And like I said, those rounds, First Strike rounds, they are super accurate. I mean, we shot across our entire parking lot, and every single time, pretty much spot on. So yes, paintball snipers, CO2, and I got my nitrous tank. Did you guys know that nitrous shoots harder than CO2? Such a common myth. And Fitz, I know you help run the Metamora field out there on the weekends. How many times have you seen a situation kind of like this? Tell me.
Once a week, I get. Do you guys fill nitrous here?
Yeah.
Nitrous. And I go no, because I mean it's compressed air, but back in the day, obviously.
Back in the day, they were filling it with actual nitrogen.
Yeah.
You've got nitrogen and you've got nitrous oxide, 2 different categories over here. So like the new players, they've been reading online or their friends told them, they heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. Well, I got a CO2 tank. It's not as good as a nitrogen tank. First off, that is kind of correct, yes and no. Obviously, CO2 is a dirtier gas, cannot run in your high-end electronic markers. It will mess up the electronics and it'll mess up the solenoid within that marker. So CO2, in that regard, yes, bad, stay away from it. But output pressure on these, a lot of people say nitrous or nitrogen or compressed air shoots harder. It does not shoot harder. The input pressure into the gun will be the exact, well, technically the output pressure of this tank, anywhere from 750 PSI to 800 PSI. This tank can be set the exact same way if you would like, or something like this that's fancy, nitrogen bottle or compressed air bottle, which this is, you guys can actually lower the output pressure, putting a little less stress on the internal regulator of your marker. So long story short, if I have a nitrous tank or a nitrogen tank, it's gonna shoot harder. It's not gonna shoot harder. The gun automatically regulates the output pressure from the tank that goes into the marker. So I've been blabbing on too long. Hopefully I busted some myths that you guys have heard before. And until then, don't forget, shop the best. We're gonna do another episode. It is LoneWolfPaintball.com.